Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of the Unstoppable Denomination channel of wrestling results here in this channel. AEW Dark results. Big face turn teased. 3 debuts star takes a dangerous bump. Ruby Soho and Andrade in action and more. So, let's find out who the debuts are. AEW returned for another massive edition of Dark, which featured 12 matches and several of the company's top stars in action. Taz and Excalibur were welcomed fans to the show and passed the spotlight over to Justin Roberts before the opening contest of the evening. Powerhouse Hobbs with Hook versus Jason Strife. AEW debut. Jason Strife is a former WWE competitor who wrestled one match for the company when he lost to Akira Tozawa on 205 Live in 2018. Hobbs is going to kill you chanted started going off the contest as the Team Taz members trucked down the AEW debutant. Hobbs rocked Strife with multiple back elbows. He caught him in midair and placed him on top of the turnbuckle before connecting with overhand hammer strikes. Powerhouse followed up with a running knee strike before taking him on a spinebuster tour. Hobbs stopped the 3 count and dished out more pain on Strife. Hobbs forced the local competitor to tap out in the torture rack. Results: Powerhouse Hobbs defeats Jason Strife on AEW Dark, Grade C. Andrade El Idolo, or however you guys want to pronounce it, with Jose the Assistant versus JC on AEW Dark. Andrade's on-screen act looked incredibly polished as he walked out to a tremendous reception. The former WWE star gradually took off his mask and got a lot of praise from Taz. JC pandered to the crowd and shoved Andrade in the chest before continuing with his showboating. El Idolo dropped JC down with a hilarious clothesline. An overhand chop from Andrade rang throughout the Target Center. He kicked JC in the head and got another big pop from the crowd. Andrade locked JC up in a triangle choke using the ropes, and he broke up the hold after the 5 count. JC continued to get destroyed with a few rough back elbows. Andrade briefly got caught in a pinfall attempt, but he expertly reversed into a modified armbar for the win. Results: Andrade El Idolo defeats JC on AEW Dark Grade B. Shawn Spears and Wardlow with Tully Blanchard versus Rennie D and Eric Cannon AEW Tag Team debut on AEW Dark. As fans cheered for him and urged AEW to sign him, Eric Cannon clearly looked like the local hero tonight. Cannon is erupted in the Minneapolis wrestling scene and is known as the trainer of Dante and Doros Martin. A loud I don't know how to pronounce his name. I keep saying it before, but Cannon chant echoed around the arena as Shawn Spears taunted the hometown favorite. Rennie D did an excellent job of catching Spears off guard with a dropkick. Spears tried to get a chair into the equation, but Wardlow stopped his partner. Rennie D went for a sliding drop kick, but Shawn reversed it into a back drop on the apron. Back in the ring, Shawn Spears landed some ground and pound. He used the southpaw stance to deliver more punishment to his opponent. Wardlow got the tag, and he tossed Rennie D towards Eric Cannon, who came in to the thunderous pop. Cannon began with a kick to Wardlow's midsection, and he used his quick hands to lay in more shots. Wardlow took a few chops and stopped Cannon in his tracks with clothesline. Wardlow silenced the crowd and powerbombed Rennie D. The Pinnacle member gave fans what they wanted by planting Rennie with 2 more power bombs. Cannon charged in and took a power bomb as well. Wardlow delivered the 4th and final power bomb to Rennie D and showed some mercy to his opponent by ending his misery with a pinfall. Results is Shawn Spears and Wardlow defeats Rennie D and Eric Cannon. AEW Tag Team debut on AEW Dark, Grade B. However, Shawn Spears wasn't done as he landed the final blow with a C4 on Rennie D. The chairman clearly tried to one-up Wardlow, who looked a little unhappy with his tag team partner's shenanigans. A Wardlow face turn could be just around the corner. Ruby Soho versus Hayne on AEW Dark. Ruby Soho locked up with Hayne to kick off the AEW Dark match. A "Let's Go Ruby" chant motivated the former WWE star to initiate an impressive sequence of moves. Soho executed a back heel trip, but a telegraphed chop. Ruby recovered quickly and landed the no future kick out of nowhere for the win. Your results: Ruby Soho defeats Hayne on AEW Dark, Grade C. Too Fast, Too Fuego versus Kit Sackett and Brandon Gore on AEW Dark. Fuego 1 got the AEW Dark match rolling for his team as Brandon Gore came in from the other end. Fuego Dos, Cody Rhodes got the quick tag, and he went up top, deliver an axe-handled strike. Fuego worked on Gore with a scoop slam. Fuego del Sol got the tag and delivered a hurricanrana on Brandon. The Fuegos wrestled like a well-oiled alliance as they made quick tags. Second, however, Gore gouged Fuego Do's eyes, while referee Aubrey Edwards had her back turned to the action. The heels tried to suppress Fuego Dos. Fuego's 2 and they were successful in their attempts. Sackett and Gore executed a neckbreaker, elbow drop combo. Before Brandon looked to unmask Fuego Dos. Fuego and Gore collided with each other. Dos finally made the hot tag to Del Sol, who took out Sackett and Gore with a double moonsault press. He stomped Gore in the back of the head, and Sackett came in for a timely pinfall save. Fuego wiped out Sackett on the outside with a Topia Suicida while Del Sol executed the Tornado DDT on Brandon Gore for another win. Your results are Too Fast, Too Fuego defeats Kit Sackett and Brandon Gore on AEW Dark. The Fuegos extended their undefeated streak as a team, and they celebrated with the fans to end the post-match segment. Allen 5, Angels, and Colt Cabana versus the Acclaimed on AEW Dark. From Prince to Jesse Ventura, Max Caster didn't spare anyone in his latest verse. Anthony Bowens and Allen Angels started the match with a collar and elbow tie-up. A Purple Rain chant kicked off as Bowens chopped Angels across the chest in the corner. Allen reversed with chops of his own before sending Bowens towards the ropes for a single leg drop kick. Colt Cabana got the tag and landed a back elbow along with his partner. Bowens backed Cabana into the corner as Caster entered the ring and engaged in a battle of arm twisters. Cabana got the last laugh and got Caster on his knees, which got a massive pop from the crowd. Colt baited Caster into a elbow strike, and Angels came flying through from the back with a cross body. Max Caster raked Angels in the eye, and Bowens made a blind tag. The Acclaimed executed a neckbreaker backstabber combo to regain control after the match. Bowens dropped downward elbows onto the collarbone of Angels as the heels dominated the proceedings. Caster came right back in and delivered a double vertical suplex with Bowens' help. Fans urged Angels to make a comeback, and the Dark Order member responded by rocking Bowens with a series of forearms shimmers. Caster made the blind tag and prevented Angels from making the tag. As Bowens pulled Cabana off his feet near the apron, Allen chopped Caster with an enziguri but couldn't make the tag. Taz commented the Acclaim's clever tag team wrestling as the duo maintained the upper hand. Angels created some space with a roll-up before leaping over Caster to make the tag to Colt. Cabana landed the jabs to both Acclaimed members, who reacted with double boots. Cabana evaded a clothesline and laid them out with a springboard moonsault. Caster ate the flying apple in the corner before continuing with the jabs. He dropped Caster and Bowens with 2 elbow strikes. The veteran star then got a near fall with another flying apple on Caster. Bowens swept Cabana off his feet and sent him into the barricade. Angels returned to assist his partner by taking Bowens out of the equation with a left-handed elbow strike. Caster almost got the win with Superman pin, but Bowens broke it up by pulling his hands. Cabana got another near fall with a roll-up, but Max Caster pushed him towards the ropes. Bowens was waiting with a boombox, and he slammed Cabana in the face behind the referee's back. Caster hooked Cabana for a tainted win in the books. Your winners are the Acclaimed defeats Allen 5 Angels and Colt Cabana AEW Dark Grade A. Chris Statlander and Rio Mizunami versus Nyla Rose, the Bunny, Emi Sakura, with Vicky Guerrero, Lulu Pencil, and Mi Shiraga on AEW Dark. The heels made their way out first for the stacked AEW Dark match, featuring some of the top talents from the women's division. The babyfaces weren't allowed to complete their entrance as they got attacked before the bell. All hell broke loose as Rose, Bunny, and Sakura unleashed a brutal beatdown at ringside. Mizunami began to come back, and her partners joined in on the action as the referee finally called for the bell. Ryo chopped Bunny in the corner and scored a 2 count for her efforts. Emi Sakura and Ryo continued the match. The former AEW women's champion one-upped her mentor with Tiger Feint kick. Rose, though, pulled Rose out of the ring while Vicky Guerrero distracted the referee. Sakura sent Ryo flying across the ring with a wild hair whip. Bunny came in and utilized the chops to keep Ryo at bay. The native beast got a near fall with a modified spinebuster. The match featured a lot of chops as Sakura delivered the diving crossbody in the corner. Lulu Pencil tried to steal Sakura limelight and got shoved in the face, which cracked up Taz in the commentary booth. Ryo escaped Sakura's Queen's Gambit and stunned her with the stomp. After a Cazadora, Ryo tagged Chris Statlander, who ducked under Bunny's high boot and delivered 5 forearm strikes, followed by a power slam. Mizunami and Statlander worked in tandem to deliver assisted clotheslines on Bunny. Rose came running in and for a blindsided shoulder block on Statlander. Nyla got a near fall on Mizunami with a cutthroat neckbreaker. This time, Rose and Sakura worked as a team to get a near fall over Mizunami with some combination offense. The referee had a tough time keeping track of the action as all competitors were coming in with high impact moves. Statlander saved Ryo from Sakura's Queen's Gambit, but got laid out by the maneuver herself. Nyla Rose delivered a massive senton from the top rope, but Statlander showed tremendous resilience to kick out of the pinfall. Chris used all her power to execute the Big Bang Theory on Sakura for a hard-fought victory. Your winners are Ryo, Chris Statlander, and Ryo Mizunami defeats Nyla Rose, the Bunny, and Emi Sakura on AEW Dark. Results grade B+. JD Drake, Ryan Nemeth, Aaron Solo, and Nick Cormado with QT Marshall versus Lee Johnson, Brock Anderson and Varsity Blondes with Arn Anderson and Julia Hart on AEW Dark. Nightmare Family head coach Arn Anderson gave the babyface a new pointers before the match got underway. Nemeth and Pillman Jr. started with some amateur wrestling exchanges and takedown attempts. Ryan tagged out after taking a heel kick to the face. JD Drake called for Brock Anderson to enter the match, and both brawls got right down to business. Anderson used his quickness to take Drake down with 2 arm drags. Lee Johnson received the tag and kept the pressure on Drake's arm. The Blondes isolated Nemeth and delivered an assisted splash followed by a delayed vertical suplex. Nemeth managed to push Garrison in the heels corner, and Solo swiftly delivered a snap suplex. Griff took some punishment as Drake and Nemeth wore him down with running attacks in the corner. Garrison fired back with another arm drag before tagging out to Brock Anderson, who kept the match on the mat with a wrist lock. A cheap shot, Drake helped Nemeth knock his opponent off the apron. Drake knocked Anderson's lights out with a stiff shot on the outside. Carmato got a 1 count from a leaping elbow drop and a suplex on Anderson. QT Marshall made his presence felt by choking Anderson while the referee was arguing with Solo. Nick came back in and delivered a backbreaker on Anderson. The Nightmare Family member evaded Drake's cannonball senton and rolled over to tag Lee Johnson. Johnson didn't miss his shots on Solo as he exploded with a rolling neckbreaker and a kick up. Lee got a near fall over Solo after a blue thunderbomb. Nemeth knocked Lee off his feet with a pendulum DDT, but he couldn't capitalize on the opening as Pillman came flying in for his Air Pillman move. Pillman tried to take Carmardo out, but was power slammed onto the concrete floor. Garrison followed through for a dive off the ropes on to Carmardo. Johnson reversed the sit-out facebuster and dumped Solo to the outside. Johnson then attempted a running dive, but was stopped by a vicious Claymore kick from Drake. Johnson somehow kicked out of the pinfall, and Drake looked shocked. Big Shotty blocked Drake's powerbomb and finally executed the Tope Con Hilo on several stars on the outside. Johnson suffered a rough landing as Nemeth was also seen checking up on the wrestler. QT Marshall and Julia Hart had a brief face-off, which promoted Arn Anderson to get involved. Hart slapped QT in the face as Brock Anderson continued the match for his team. Anderson delivered a massive spinebuster on Drake, which had the crowd on their feet. Johnson finished the match with a frog splash on JD. Brilliant match. Your results are Lee Johnson, Brock Anderson, and the Varsity Blondes defeats JD Drake, Ryan Nemeth, Aaron Solo, and Nick Carmato on AEW Dark Grade A. Dark Order's John Silver versus Peter Avalon on AEW Dark. Minneapolis was Meatman Country Tonight as fans popped during John Silver's entrance before the AEW Dark match. Silver and Avalon had a comical start as the AEW Dark Order member seemed unfazed by the shoulder tackles. Silver showed Avalon how to do it as he ran him over with monstrous shoulder tackles. John tossed Avalon across the ring and was in the driver's seat until Peter returned with a perfect drop kick. Silver fired back with the overhand chops, but Peter eventually dumped him out of the ring. Avalon got a near fall from a sunset flip back in the ring. He kept pace with a backdrop for another close pinfall. Silver fed off the crowd's energy and mounted his comeback by first escaping Avalon's moonsault press. Silver landed a series of round kicks and sent him crashing with a black body drop. Avalon stayed in the match despite taking a Liger bomb in the middle of the ring. Silver then ate a few elbow strikes and a crossbody butt kicked out at 2. John Silver escaped the fireman's carry, absorbed a chop, and answered with a massive chop. Both men traded shots to the chest, and Silver shifted gears to land a pump kick. As Avalon returned with a thrust kick, Johnny Hungy landed a 3-kick combo, but couldn't deliver the brainbuster. Silver tripped him into the ropes and connected with a pump kick, followed by a German release suplex. Silver had Peter right where he wanted him, and he executed the spin doctor finisher for the win. Your winner, John Silver, defeats Peter Avalon on AEW Dark. Grade A. Sonny Kiss versus Adam Grace on AEW Dark. Adam Grace indulged in some trash talk, but Sonny was having none of it. Kiss took Adam down with a hurricanrana, followed by the handspring kick in the corner. Grace blocked the standing moonsault press by getting his knees up. He snatched the chin block, but Kiss fought back with elbows. Adam achieved significant elevation with a leaping knee strike. He ordered the crowd to cheer for him as he had Sonny Kiss in another chin lock. Sonny delivered a belly-to-belly suplex, followed by a well-placed corkscrew kick. The Concrete Rose picked up the win with the splitting stunner. Your winner results are Sonny Kiss defeats Adam Grace on AEW Dark. Your AEW co-main event, Dark Order's Preston 10, Vance versus Mikey Wild on AEW debut on AEW Dark. Preston Vance started with a big-time elbow strike to Mikey Wild jaw. 10 faced no problems whatsoever as he looked to finish the match quickly with a barrage of moves. Vance delivered his trademark spinebuster before locking in full Nelson. Wild passed out and the referee called for the bell. Your results are Dark Order's Preston 10, Vance defeats Mikey Wild on AEW Dark Grade D. AEW Dark main event, Scorpio Sky with Ethan Page versus Craven Knight. AEW debut. Ethan Page joined Taz and Excalibur on commentary as Scorpio Sky came out for the final match of the show. Craven Knight showed promise during the early exchanges, but Scorpio Sky took control with an unforgiving running attacks. Knight had his moments as he executed a rolling senton combo and got the crowd support. Sky responded with a high boot, followed by the TKO for the win. Ethan Page screamed, "Night, night!" as Scorpio Sky celebrated another easy victory. Results: Scorpio Sky defeats Craven Knight on AEW Dark, Grade D. Remember, guys, you guys can check the full AEW Dark episode on YouTube. And also remember, guys, this is the home of professional wrestling, AEW, All Elite Wrestling. So, guys, stay tuned for tomorrow where we bring you guys AEW Dynamite results tomorrow morning. Stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Unstoppable, and I'm out.